All right, hey, let's take a trip and meet at the intersection of sports and cards. Come on along.
DT Sports Car. DT Sports Car. DT Sports Car.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the internet, welcome to DT Sports Cards. I'm your host DT, and in today's video, we're going to do a little bit something different from the things I've been seeing on sports card YouTube channels. We're actually going to talk a little sports and cards, because most of us, the reason that we collect cards is because we enjoy watching or playing sports, right? So today, the discussion I want to have is about the NBA upcoming season. And I know it's kind of a dead time in all sports right now. We have baseball, which is at the All-Star break, and baseball is kind of a long season. I love baseball, but it's sort of a long season. So I watch it for a couple of months, then I don't watch it for a couple of months, and then I come back for the postseason and the World Series. And I still love baseball. It's just a very long season. So we're kind of in free agency right now, in the trade market for NBA. So that's sort of heating up. So what I want to do is give you 3 teams, and I want everyone to put in the comments section 3 NBA teams that you believe will be better this year than they were last year. All right, not who you believe is the 3 best teams going into the season, but just 3 teams that you think will be considerably better than they were last season. All right, and then give a player from each of those teams that you think is going to be the catalyst or the reason why that team will be better next year than they were last year. All right. And this sort of correlates to cards, because that player may be the player that you focus on to go and invest in or buy their cards, hoping that they'll have a good start to the season and then you can sell them for a profit. But none of this is financial advice. So let's get that straight. And I've told you before, I'm not an expert in anything. So this is just my opinion, and thought it'd be a fun exercise just to run through the teams. So I'm going to give you my first team that I believe, and I'll try to put up like Roto World's their rosters, so we can go through the players on the team. So the first team that I think is going to be better next year than they were is the Detroit Pistons. And it's sort of obvious. I mean, they had the number 1 pick in Cade Cunningham 2 years ago. They had the number 5 pick, Jaden Ivey, this year, who I believe is going to be a stud. If you watch his little bit of time in the Summer League, he's an amazing talent. So between the 2 of them in the backcourt, I think they have something pretty special there. And then you have Killian Hayes and Saban Lee coming off the bench to control the ball. You have monsters in Sadiq Bey, Marvin Bagley, Isaiah Stewart up front. They brought in Nerlens Noel. I don't know if he's actually going to play, but he's a good veteran big to have if he gets in and plays. And they have Buddy Boeheim if he makes the team as shooter, because anyone who watched that kid in college knows that he can drain some threes. So that mix of talent in that new stadium, I think they're going to get people to come out and watch, because they're going to be an exciting product. And I personally believe they got a shot at the playoffs. And I got sucked into Marvin Bagley, so I've been buying up Marvin Bagley cards. And I think I've showed this card before. That's his opulence RPA out of 10. Also picked up this, and this is out of Chronicles. It's a rookie auto out of Chronicles, and I think I got this for like, I don't know, $10 or something ridiculously cheap. And then I bought up a bunch of PSA 9s of his base Prism. I think I bought like 4 of these. I got these for about the same price as that auto. So, and I got a Premier level silver PSA 10. And I think I probably paid, I don't know, for all my Marvin Bagley stuff, I probably paid like $200. So, in the hopes that he'll come out and have a big beginning to his season, and maybe I'll flip him and move into someone else, like my PC guy, which is a Knicks player, if you didn't know that. And they're not on the list. So, first team, Detroit Pistons. I think Marvin Bagley personally is the catalyst for why they're an improved team this year, along with Cade Cunningham and Jaden Ivey. But I think Bagley is the one that carries them, especially early in the season. All right, on to the second team, which is the Orlando Magic. Another, they kind of have a lot of young talent, and they weren't that good last year. So for them to be better is not a big step forward, but I actually think they'll be considerably better than they were last year. When you put Markelle Fultz coming back, he's fully healthy, has a full off season. Pair him with Cole Anthony at the point guard, and I don't know how they'll work it. Whether Fultz will be the starter, Anthony will be the starter, whether they'll trade one before the season starts. I don't really know. Then they have Suggs. They still have R.J. Hampton. They have Franz Wagner, however you say his name. They have Banchero that they just drafted, who looks like a stud, although he has to be healthy. Then on the front line, they have Wendell Carter Jr. and Mo Bamba, who, if they're playing him coming off the bench and he's getting 15, 20 minutes a night, I think that he could be a beast. And then you have Okeke, and don't forget they have Bobo on the roster, whether he ever plays or if he ever shows up in the arena. But we all know the Bobo hype, right? So who have I picked up off of this team, and who do I think will be the catalyst? Well, I think I showed this before, but I did pick up a Mo Bamba Contenders Optic rookie ticket auto on the cheap, and I do believe that he's going to have a good season. But the catalyst for that team, I think, is going to be Markelle Fultz and how he plays, leading that team from the point guard position. I think they might move Anthony to the 2 guard, maybe, and maybe they go with a smaller lineup and put Suggs at the 3. I don't know how they're going to work all that, but I think Markelle Fultz might be the key. Even if he comes off the bench as the 6th man, he could be the key to Orlando's success this year. All right, so that's team number 2. Team number 3 is the Sacramento Kings. Now, they made some deals last year, and everything kind of fell apart last year. They traded Bagley. They got rid of Halliburton. Basically, all they brought in was Sabonis. And then they made a trade this offseason for Kevin Huerter from Atlanta. Or maybe they just signed him as a free agent. Either way, they got Kevin Huerter as a shooter, which is good because they did need some shooters. But so you have De'Aaron Fox, you got Davion Mitchell, who's a beast defensively. Kevin Huerter, knock down the threes. You got Keegan Murray, who they just drafted, who looks like a monster, was the MVP of the Summer League. It's like 6'8", 225. Can play the 2, 3, 4, whatever. He can knock down the 3. You got Domantas Sabonis, who's just a monster. To me, he's all NBA. I mean, he's going to score 22 a night. He's going to get you 11, 12 boards. He's going to get you like 7, 8 assists. Now, he's not a traditional big man, so if they put him at the 5, then I think they're going to have some problems defensively because he's not a defensive mastermind. But you can bring, Rashad Holmes, you can bring Alex Len in to play the 5, and then let Sabonis play the 4, and have Keegan Murray at the 3, De'Aaron Fox, Herter. I think they're a sneaky good team. So the guy that I think I would target out of that team is probably Sabonis because his value is a little down. De'Aaron Fox, for some reason, his value just doesn't ever go down, I don't think. I mean, he's sort of still a little too high for where I think he should be because, to me, he's a good scorer, but he's not a leader of a team. So for them, I think this Murray kid might end up being a leader of that team. So we'll see how that works out throughout the year. So I would be going in for Sabonis or this Murray kid once his cards start coming out, which probably won't come out till the season's over. So you won't get a chance to get those yet. All right. Fourth team, I'm going to give you a bonus team. All right. You guys can just put your top 3 teams in the comments and the players from those teams. And I'm going to give you a fourth team because I couldn't really decide between Sacramento and Portland. And I decided I'll just put both teams in. So Portland's my fourth and final team. And if you got Dame Dollar back, and he's 100% healthy, you put him with Anthony Simons, who showed that he's a legitimate scorer in this league. And then they got Jeremy Grant from Detroit, who's a bona fide wing scorer. If Nurkic is the key, if Nurkic is healthy, which he hasn't been for, it seems like, a decade. But if he's healthy, and Jeremy Grant, Simon, I think it's Simons, but and Dame Dollar, that's a hell of a lineup. Now, they don't have any depth, so if they get in foul trouble in games, they're going to be in trouble. If they have any injury at all, they're going to be in trouble. But I do like Portland, and I think right now Dame's value is down, just because of him being injured, because of him being stuck in Portland. So, for me, I'm going to look for opportunities to get into Dame Lillard. I'm not going to overpay for Dame Lillard because he's not a PC guy, but I think the prices are down a little bit. The price is right for Dame. I'm jumping in both feet. So, those are the 4 teams that I think will be better this year than they were last. So, be sure to put your picks down in the comment section. Now that we've come to the end of the video, I'm going to do my shout outs to the content creators that I enjoy watching, and they put out good content in the sports card space. So the first one is Dan the Card Man, and I think he's from Australia, but yeah, he always puts out good content. Had a couple good videos today. One about a grading company in Australia that he was trying out. So I encourage you to go check out his channel. He has good stuff. The second one is Extreme Card Breaks, and I've been watching this guy for a while. He's usually on top of scams and stuff that's happening. He'll do sort of vlogs from card shows and show you how he's grading. I think he does breaks also, but really good channel, Extreme Card Breaks. And last but not least, certainly not least, is Bench Clear Media. And I watch Mike and Ty on the fly, and I've been watching their series Chasing Cardboard, which is very well produced, and so go over and check them out. Really good content. So don't forget to put your 3 teams that you think are going to be better this season down in the comment section. And until next time, watch traffic and don't take any wooden nickels. Okay.
subscribe, turn the notification bell, hit the big thumbs up, comment down below if my dad's channel.
DT Sports Car. DT Sports Car. DT Sports Car.